Last section of chapter 1 is procedural and object-oriented programming. So if you look at procedural and object-oriented programming, there are the two ways of thinking about software development and our program design. C++, which is the language we're going to be using in this series, it's a language that uses both programming methods, both procedural and object-oriented. And they're pretty different, so it's good to know the difference between them. I prefer object-oriented, but that's because I code a lot in Java. So, procedural programming. The programmer and the programmer themselves construct functions and procedures. Procedures are collective programming statements that perform a specific task. Procedures can contain their own variables and share variables as well with other procedures. Procedural programming is centered on a procedure of a specific function. Now, object-oriented programming is centered on an object. So, procedural programming is on functions. Object-oriented programming is on object. An object is a programming element, and it contains data and the procedures that operate on that data inside of an object. And this object can be reused multiple times in the program whenever we want. Objects can contain and manipulate information as well. They're very powerful. Operations are carried out on the information in an object by sending the object a message. So we have information inside of an object. To manipulate it, you basically inject it with some information and you can manipulate it based on that. When objects receive a message, it then carries out this instruction and it can return something or simply manipulate something. So again, very powerful, and we're going to use them as soon as we start coding in C++.